Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla. So, Hagerty has been at it again, taking Tesla's new performance beast, the Tesla Model 3 Performance, up against the all-time benchmark for sports sedans, the BMW M3. And both petrolheads, Jason and Randy, was blown away by the Tesla Model 3. But what did Tesla get wrong, according to the two experts?
What did Tesla get wrong? Nothing. No one's going to want to hear that. I agree, though.
Oh yes, let's check it all out and let's dive right in.
Why would you get anything else?
So, Hagerty has just made a new review where they are comparing the BMW M3, the ultimate benchmark for decades for the sports sedan, against the refreshed Model 3 Performance. You have to watch the whole video, because their production is just some of the best in the world if you ask me. The guys behind the production of these videos are just really good at their work. I will leave a link down below to the full video. But this time around, they made a new comparison between the benchmark of the sports sedan in the ICE world. The always fun to drive BMW M3. But now Tesla has made a whole new Model 3 Performance. So how does that stack up to the benchmark when you ask guys that have been making car reviews for more than 20 years and a former professional race driver? Well, let's get back to that in a moment. But before we see what Jason and Randy had to say about it, we also had another publication making a review of the car. Not as exciting as Hagerty's production, of course, but this is from an organization that throughout history has been very negative on Tesla. Because Edmunds makes their revenue from advertising from automotive company, which Tesla has never done. And of course, they also make revenue from their partnership with dealerships, which Tesla doesn't have, and car manufacturers. Again, nothing Tesla has done. So Edmunds really don't like Tesla and make mostly negative articles about Tesla. But even Edmunds had to give in and give a very good review of the refreshed Tesla Model 3 Performance, or their whole reputation would just go out the window if they tried to make this very good car from Tesla look like a piece of crap. But as this article started with a Lamborghini Performance, but for a fraction of the price. And we will get back to that price with Hagerty as well. But as they also wrote on X, the Tesla Model 3 Performance is not only incredible quick, but we're just as impressed with what else it offers. Great real-world range, a quiet cabin, nimble handling that doesn't come at the expense of ride comfort. And then Lars Murray also tuned in and wrote, "Awesome review, guys. Thanks for the kind words. Heads up. All Model 3s have dual zone climate control. It comes on when both seats are occupied. Then the controls pop up. We do this for efficiency. Every watt-hour matters." So Edmunds didn't know that when there is no one in the passenger seat, the Tesla turns off the climate zone. They thought it was not available. So still so much that Edmunds have to learn, but even Edmunds had to give in and give the refreshed Model 3 Performance a great review. But Hagerty did not just review the car as he did when it came out, but he benchmarked it against the sports sedan through the last many decades, the BMW M3, and their newest version of that beast. And Tesla has definitely fixed one of the issues that Jason had with the old Model 3, not good enough seats.
Well, the seat situation has definitely been fixed. Well, it's even faster than before. 510 horsepower, 2.8 seconds, 0 to 60. That was the last thing this car ever needed. Teslas were always fast in a straight line. The problem always happened when you hit the first corner. Here's one. This time, Tesla did more than just add sticky tires and stiff dampers. For the first time, the Model 3 has continuously adaptive dampers, and the rest of the suspension shares no parts with the base Model 3. It's not just in theory and on paper that this is closer to an M3. No, this does like M3 things with ease.
So yes, as they showed in their review of the Model 3 performance, it kept up with the insanely powerful BMW M3. It was just a little slower around the racetrack, but it did sound like it was mostly due to worse tires on the Model 3 than on the BMW. But it basically kept up around the racetrack. And Jason said Tesla must have learned a thing or two about making cars.
The chassis balance is just really good. It does what I ask it to do. It's staggering. Like, I just didn't think Tesla was capable of learning this quickly. Something has definitely happened in this company because it went from being like a video game to a well-tuned driver's car.
Yes, Tesla has learned how to make cars. People that say the Tesla Model 3 is a bad car or bad build quality are just hating and not grounded in reality, or they may have tested out a Tesla 5 years ago, because today Tesla knows how to make cars, and not just from a driver perspective, also from a manufacturing perspective. Even Sandy Munro, who thought the first Model 3 that came out way back in the days was such a bad build quality, he could not believe anyone would put that car on the streets. But because Tesla is improving and learning every single day, making changes to their cars and their production line every single day, they have indeed learned a lot, and is now the car company that even mighty Toyota, that was known for its production quality and lean production, have now turned to Tesla to learn how to make EVs right and how to make them profitable, and even called the Model Y a work of art. And Sandy Munro also called the Tesla Model 3 the best sedan in the world.
I mean it sincerely. The thing is articulate. It's so accurate. I can't believe it. I mean it sincerely. It's the best sedan out there.
Wow.
They really did a bang-up job.
And it sounds like Jason agrees.
All that track stuff is fun, but this is the kind of driving that's really important. And this is where the Tesla Model 3 is probably the best car in the world. And that's because Tesla has distilled it down to what's actually important in the real world. It has an infotainment suite that is packed with genuinely helpful features that no other car company has. Little things, like that it'll bong at you if the light turns green and you don't go. Or a built-in dash cam that records multiple angles while you're driving, or while the car's parked. A route planner that's so smart and so well integrated with the supercharger network that it turns range anxiety into just range. This is now an astoundingly good car. Oh, cool. The check arrived early this time. I'm gonna be rich. It's probably the best car in the world. It's probably the best car in the world.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. He didn't call it the best sedan in the world. He called it the best car in the world. And both Jason and Randy did agree on things that the Model 3 did even better than the BMW M3 when it came to driving. And then the weird question as well, what did Tesla get wrong?
Other compromises. The ride.
The Tesla's a little better.
Yep. Steering.
The BMW's a little bit numb. The Tesla steering is better weighted and it's got a quicker rack.
Yep.
But boy, the chassis tuning is spectacular in the BMW. The M3 is really right this time.
They nailed it. It's perfect. Here's the weird question, though. This time, what did Tesla get wrong?
nothing.
Oh, no one's going to want to hear that. I agree, though.
So yes, the Model 3 performance was just as Jason said in the podcast they also make back when the refreshed Model 3 came out, and said the Model 3 performance made the BMW M3 utterly and totally irrelevant.
This renders the M3 completely and totally irrelevant.
And before you people kill the Tesla fanboy in the comments, the biggest reason for this we have not even talked about yet. Because there is a reason why you should never even consider a BMW M3 ever again. The price.
But I'm talking about a huge differential in purchase price. Yeah, the BMW costs more than twice as much as the Tesla does.
I thought Teslas were expensive.
Not anymore. And it gets crazier. Because for the price of a base M3 xDrive competition, you can get a Model 3 Performance plus a Miata.
What?
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
No, you're kidding me.
Nope.
So I can get a better daily driver
I think so.
and a really nice convertible to drive in the mountains on a day like today. But which one are you going to take to the track?
Neither. Because for the price of that M3 with its carbon seats and carbon brakes,
Those are nice.
yeah, you can have a Tesla Model 3 Performance
Okay.
plus a Miata
Yeah.
plus a Toyota GR86.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I see where you're going with this. Instead of tracking your 4,000-pound daily driver,
Right.
take a GR86. It's half the weight, half the tire wear, half the brake wear, and you got a convertible.
Amen. That's the point. That's how big the price differential is between the Tesla and the BMW.
Jesus Christ.
Once you factor in the price, it's an easy win for the Tesla.
So yes, as I have said so many times before, is that Teslas are simply just the best value for money you can ever buy. Yes, Tesla doesn't make very affordable cars, but when you compare a Tesla to an ICE car that can match it in performance like the BMW M3, Tesla's value really shines through. And the BMW M3 just comes crumbling down, not because it's a bad car, because it's really not. It has been the benchmark for decades for a reason. But when Tesla now suddenly can make a car that can match its performance, but beats it in everyday uses, the functionality, safety assist feature, safety in general, infotainment system, the screen in the back for your kids and so on, in general, just a better everyday car. But you get all of that for half the price. There really is no comparison here. So just like truly, there is no competition for Tesla in the EV race because Tesla earns $7,000 on every EV they sell, and someone like Ford loses $40,000 on every EV they sell. Well, it's really not comparable then, right? And therefore we can really not call it competition. If Tesla should sell the Model 3 Performance with the same kind of losses than Ford does on their Mach-E, they would have to sell the Model 3 Performance for something like $15,000, or just give away the standard range version for free. So when we look at what you get in a Tesla Model 3, the value for money, like I also said in my review of the standard range version, is just unmatched by anyone, because all of Tesla's software and autopilot safety features and ventilated seats and screen in the back and great sound system, infotainment system, all of that comes as standard. But it's basically the same price as an ID3 for Volkswagen that does not come anywhere near the refreshed Model 3. Only in range with the Pro S model from the ID3, but to get basically the same range as the Tesla Model 3 standard range, the ID3 Pro S uses 77 kilowatt hours, where the bigger car, the Model 3, only uses 57 kilowatt hours. Talk about efficiency gap here. So it will cost you about 25% more to fill up an ID3, and it takes longer because it doesn't charge as fast as the Tesla. So this great car that both automotive experts like Jason and Sandy Monroe are both calling the best car or best sedan in the world doesn't really cost more than your little middle-class EV hatchback from Volkswagen. That is just insane. And if you want more range, Tesla does of course make the long range that have up to 678 kilometers of WLTP range or 346 miles of EPA range. Or if you want a little bit more fun, you can get this performance version that can match the BMW M3, but overall a better everyday car, and still get over 300 miles of EPA range, but for half the price of a BMW. And that is all before the cost savings you will get on maintenance, as Tesla is the most affordable car on the planet to maintain, and BMW is one of the most expensive cars to maintain, and of course you have to fill that one up with expensive gasoline, and the Tesla you can just charge at home for basically next to nothing. But I thought it was a very nice visualization from Hagerty that you can get the Model 3 Performance and the little Petrolhead and the little sports car for the same price as the BMW M3 that the Model 3 Performance could keep up with. It really shows visually how unbelievably good value the Model 3 Performance is. Tesla has truly made an awesome car here, putting everything they have learned through the last decade into this new car. No wonder the Model 3 Performance made an easy win over the BMW M3. But it won't stop here. We are on the cusp of Tesla giving the same kind of makeover to the Model Y, the best-selling car in the world. We'll get all of this we know and love from the refreshed Model 3, the best sedan in the world. Well, I think the best-selling car in the world is about to become just the best overall car in the world. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.